Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would do a DIY Dollar Tree candy cane wreath. So for today's video, I thought I would go ahead and make a DIY candy cane wreath using my usual method. I decided to test out the idea of combining these two. I think that would look really pretty. And I'm probably going to do two variations, with one to match my peppermint wreath as well, but I'm only going to show one on camera, and then at the end I'll show both different designs. So in the meantime, I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the plastic off these and the ribbon off the spool as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove plastic off this one and completely take it off the spool too. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just fold these both lengthwise, because the back sides aren't as pretty as the front side. So I'm going to, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and fold these all the way down. Okay, so these don't actually stay folded anyways, so what I'm going to do is, or at least I'd have to really iron it down, but what I'm going to do is I really want a straight edge for at least one of these two, so it's going to cause me to lose a little bit of the material, and that's okay. Basically what I want to do is I want to attach one on top of the other, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start wrapping it as though this is the center piece of the whole thing, and start wrapping it from here to the bottom, and then I'll reattach more material or more ribbon as we go along. So let's use our handy dandy hot glue. I actually do want to glue this flap down anyway as well, and I think it might be wise that when we do the next set that we go ahead and fold down the red one, trying to make sure that we even things out. So okay, so there it is there, and then going to fold that like that. These should be approximately the same width, and they are. And then we're going to put it back into the folded position. I'm going to add glue along the outside like that, and I'm going to just place this over top as best as I can. It is not going to be perfect, but that is okay. And then we're going to have to let that cool so that we know for sure it is connected. And I'm going to start by turning this around, and we're going to start wrapping along here. I'm only going to use one wreath form for this project. Okay, so now that this is cooled, I'm going to start by first wrapping these along this bar, and this is going to be considered my center. It's not going to be done perfectly well, but in any case... Sorry, I just realized I was a bit off camera there. I have a small table space for my crafting space for the moment. Okay, so the goal is to have the fold as sort of like facing you, and then same with the other side. And I always like to do right over left. The very first round might not look as good as we go along, but I will do my best to adjust where I see fit to make it look as nice as I can. So like so, and then when wrapping this ribbon around the bars, I always like to make sure from going right over left that both of the ribbons go under and around the very outside bars. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going right over to left, kind of doing this, what I call like a braiding method. And oh goodness, that is going to be gorgeous. You can use whatever ribbon you want to use. You can buy ribbon anywhere you want, and you can also use different, like you don't have to use exact ribbons I'm using, but this is stunning already. So I'm going to go ahead and speed the rest of this up. Okay, now to end this, perhaps I should go through the last bar instead, so that we can try to keep as close to the design as possible. Meanwhile, taking that, yes, that's how I'm going to finalize it. And then for this one, we're going to flip it upside down, and we are going to kind of tuck it right under that one, like so. Let's see how the front looks. Perfect. I'm very happy with how this turned out so far. Then we have excess ribbon, and I don't want tails on this project. Actually, just so I can keep it on my table here, I'm gonna go ahead and, okay, I'm actually gonna cut the red one first since it's loaded on top, at least from the back end. Just gonna trim up to like there, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the back like so. I'm going to cover it by going like so. I think that's great. So that's going to be my measurement. I'm going to cut like that, and we're going to cover up that red, and the back is going to look just as good. So as I was editing my work, I realized I made some errors in how I was wrapping this. I wasn't consistent with going under the outer edge bars and then around after the fact, if that makes sense. So I took it all off and redid it completely. It is now correct, and I even tightened it so that it didn't look loose, or at least I tried to. And I think it looks even better, which was already beautiful anyways. But the way I finished this, I actually end up with more of a tail now. The way I'm going to finish this is different now. So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to undo this a little bit here, is as you can see, oh, my table was wet because I had water on here. It'll dry. So as you can see here, actually, I'm going to undo this one too. So it's under, around, this is under and around, it's going to go under and around. I want this to go down this way. You can do the red one first, like that, or like so. And this is just going to go around. Actually, let me try this. I'm going to take the cream colored one, and I'm just going to wrap it around this bottom bar. And let's see how that looks from the front. Not the way I want it to look, so I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to simply simply glue. I'm going to cut off the excess of the red and glue it to the back, and then with the excess of the cream colored one, it'll be fine. Yeah, so let's grab my scissors over here. I'm just gonna cut like so. I'm just gonna throw this away. I don't know what I can do with that little bit. Grab my hot glue, and then I don't mind if there's a little bit of overhang as long as you can't see the end pieces, if that makes sense. So let's look at it from the front again. I'm okay with that because that needs to wrap around like this. Okay. And once again, we're going to turn it around, and I think I'm just going to, it's not going to look as great if I do it this way. Let's see. I could just fold it like this. I think that's what I'm going to do, and then just, yeah, so I'm going to cut this off. This might be a bit of trial and error when you're trying to, so I have this much excess. This might be a bit of trial and error as you try to finalize the piece. So hopefully you can see that. I apologize if it's kind of a little too close, but I'm just trying to wrap it so that I could have some kind of a neat finish at the edge here. So let's take a look. The front looks great. So, and here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And here's one I made to match my DIY peppermint wreath. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.